Hello guys, today I'm going to show you how to train in PES Club Manager. To train to get the best base team OTR team rating. You often come across teams with a base OTR of base rating of 999,000, and you wonder how do you reach there? Well, you just have a maximum of, let's say, 890 something or 920. That's your maximum. So in this video I'll show you how and the key things to do in order to get there. First, please subscribe for support and give me a thumbs up, and at the end of this video I'll give a bonus tip, so I advise that you watch until the end. Thank you. PES Club Manager is a very interesting game for those who like football managing. If you do not have already this, you can download it from your store, install it, and start playing. Well, let's start right away. This is the front page of the game. You'll find varieties of scrollable areas. You can do such. So in training, the first tip towards the best training, you should have a good hometown. So go to my hometown. What do I mean when I say hometown? Hometown is a place, we call it a home for your club, where you can find facilities for your team. You can find offices, you can find stadiums, you can find agencies, scouting agencies, youth academy, training facilities, and so on and so on, club museum, and so on. There are also airports. So the main thing in training is the training facility. This is the key factor, key feature for training of higher quality. So what you want to do is upgrade to a higher level of your training facility. This will add more slots for training players simultaneously, and also it will give more efficiency to the training. So the larger the level, the higher the training efficiency, the higher the number of players you can train at the same time. Hence, the more your team grows. So remember to upgrade your training facility. For those who are starting, when you start, you have probably nothing at this area. You only have a stadium, so you have to upgrade everything. The stadium is upgradable. It also depends on other facilities, and other facilities also depends on the stadium. So please upgrade your training facility. This is a factor, a very key factor, to get the highest base rating, the highest out of training. So with that said, let's go to the second tip. Let's go back home. The second tip will focus on the players themselves. The players themselves also contribute very much to higher training, higher base rating. So when I go to my scout list, let's take an example of one of the players in my scout list. So this is my scout list. You see, I have sorted this in such a way that I have listed them according to their age and ascending. That means they start from from the lowest age to the highest age. Players you get in your scout list have different ages. Their youngest players, the youngest is 18 and the highest is 22. Former 23 and 24, but these days just 22. So these players have different ages. Why do they have different ages? Why do PES Club Manager give us players with different ages? You see, when you train a player, let's say he's a regular developer, he will when you train, he will grow until he is at the age of 30. Then he will start 30, 31, then he will start to decrease. The abilities start to decrease. So if you want to gain most of the player or most out of a player, please use the player with the youngest age possible. For this case, 18. If you don't have 18, use 19 or 20. Those are the young ages that will give you a very big base rating. What I'm speaking about here, let me show you. Let me choose ings. When I choose ing and I go to the development sheet, you'll see that from the age of induction, when he's 18, until the age where he starts dropping, age of 31, we have a very large area, very long amount of time, of which we can make him grow to what we want, to how we want. You see, you can choose what skill to give him without getting to hiccups of, oh, he's not growing and the age is going. No, but he's 18 until age 30. You can choose what to do, what to train, what not to train, what you want him to have. So it's an advantage. You need to use a player which is 18 years and younger. 18 years old, or if you get younger from the youth academy, it's okay, but from 18, 19, 20, those are the best years you need from a player. Also, let me take an example of a player who is old so that we can see the difference. So I'm just going to sort and just reverse so that the edges start from large edges. When I choose 23, let me choose 22. When I choose 22 years of Schnezi, I don't know how they pronounce that. Then I got the development sheet. You'll see that at the age of induction, until the age of where he is supposed to end, development starts to decrease or to drop. You see that it is a very, very small area, very little amount of time. So a player has many abilities which need to be upgraded. So with this little amount of time, you will not get too much time to upgrade all the things and to do what you want. So you will need to have a player who is young, so that you have a lot of time to do so. So with that said, let's jump right to the next tip, which is also in the same sheet of the player. When you come to the page of the player and you scroll down the abilities, you'll see that PES have given you a clue of which you must understand first. You must know or have heard in order to know. So which is the clue here? What's the clue here? The abilities. When you come to the abilities, they have given you specific that a player should have physics, should have speed, and should have technique and teamwork. Those are the key abilities. The key abilities of the player are physics, speed, technique, and teamwork. Those are the key. Even when you go to training, these are the key things that you need to train. When you go to training, you need to train these key things. Don't train teamwork, please, because the teamwork it grows by itself, takes 3 seasons 2 to 3 seasons to 4 to maximize. But please train physics, speed, and technique. Now, how do you train these abilities? These abilities are trained as follows. You come to the player's sheet as I have opened here, then you will look at this key abilities. You have to determine which one is the lowest. For this example, speed is the lowest. It has 31. So when you go to training, okay, you have to train speed first. Now you'll train speed until it reaches a point or some point higher than any of these. So if you have 31 speed, then let's say you train speed until it reaches 50, then technique is still at 48, then you'll have to shift to technique. Train technique until it is higher. So you will train the one which is lower until it gets higher than one of the rest. So after that, you train the lowest, the one which is low again, until they all get to a higher rate. So how do you know this is a higher rate? You see the digits 71, 31, and 48 and 40, the rest of these are in white color. Now, to know that you have reached at higher rating, this the color of these digits should turn to green. Should turn to green, not blue, not light blue, green. Green is the color of these bars. This bar, the physics bar, speed bar, chemistry bar, teamwork bar. This is the color green. Please, the digits 71, 31, 48, 40, they should grow to reach the green color. Most of this usually 90. When they reach 90, they turn green. So please train everything here to become 90 plus. Train everything to become 90 plus. Do whatever you can to reach this. This will give you a very strong team with a very big base rating of the team. So remember to use this as a very good way to train players. So how do you train? You train these abilities. Okay, you train these abilities to the green, but you also look at the age of players. When you have a young player, let's say 18 years old, you train that player until he is 26. He is 26 years old. You can carry on to 27, but we advise I advise to use 26. After that, you'll come after this have reached, you're at the year 26 when you try to train these abilities, these key abilities. After the age of 26, you will come depending on the player. Let's say this is a goalkeeper. The goalkeeper needs speed. The goalkeeper needs to know how to jump. The goalkeeper needs to have goalkeeping skills, to know how to save. So you'll go to these areas where the abilities are related to the position of the player. You'll go, for instance, this player, you'll go to goalkeeping and saving. You'll look if they haven't gone to the maximum. Of course, they usually go to the maximum automatically when you train other things, when you train the key abilities. But if they haven't, at level 26, please train goalkeeping and saving. Or if they already up the maximum, please, you go to the keeper needs to jump, needs balance. The keeper needs to have kick power. So please train these things. Train the keeper to jump. Train the keeper to have balance, to have kick power. Please. But according to the keeper, this abilities related to positions usually grow up automatically when you try to train the key abilities. So the fact that you should stop at the age of 26 is to look at the position related abilities if they are gone to the maximum rating. If not, you have to train them. that goes to all the position. For forward, you'll train attacking prowess, you'll train physical like balance jump, you train heading, you train finishing, depending on the position. Let's say midfielder, you train technique, you train uh, what dribbling, and so on, lofted pass, low pass, ball control. You'll train speed according to the position. So that's another tip. The next tip, which is key, is the training itself. This will include trainers. So we saw the first thing was our facilities, then the second thing was our players. Now let's go to the trainers. When you come to the player development page, you'll notice that you have different training slots. If you start, I think you just have two. If you're just starting, I think you just have two, but as you progress, as you upgrade your facility level, as I told you early on, you will see that the slots increases, so you can train players. You can train players and many players simultaneously. So when I go to trainers list, when I press trainers list, you see a lot of trainers depending on their ratings. We have 7-star rating players, we have 6-star, 5-star, 4, 3, 2, 1. Those are trainers. But if you want to train to have the best training, you will observe players. You observe trainers with a very big ability boost. What we want here is for the abilities of the players to get higher, so that we have a very big rating. Okay, so if you want a very big rating, you will need to use a trainer who has a very big ability boost. When I say ability boost, what am I talking about here? When you observe a trainer, let's say this Shumak is from Ukraine. When you observe at the top here, look at the top here, there are some words, tables and columns of different things. So when you look at Shumak, you see that here the profile, he's a 7-star, he's from Ukraine. So there's training efficiency. This training efficiency is the time taken for the trainer to finish training. And then the ability boost is the amount of boost that the trainer gives to the player. And skills, what the trainer trains, what skills are needed for the trainer to train best, and how many you have, and if there's a contract or not. So what you need to come and look is the ability boost here, the column of ability boost. When you want to have a very big rating, you need to use a player with the best ability boost. So you'll observe this. If you want to make it easy, you got sort, then you find ability boost, then you put descending. Descending will start from the higher rating, higher ability boost to the lowest ability boost. So as you go down, the ability boost decreases. So what am I looking at here? This if you look at different trainers, you can start the ability boost, keep decreasing. So you choose a trainer with the best ability boost, the best ability boost. This will give you a very big results at the end of the training. So it will most of the time the trainers with a very big ability boost usually have training efficient very low. That means that it will take a little bit more time to train, but the results are always good. So choose the trainer with a very good ability boost. And also another key thing to watch while training in trainers, you have to look at the skills. These skills are very essential. You cannot ignore them. For example, Schumacher trains players which are 24 years and younger, the ability boosts. Also trains player with who are the latest season players. And also player, okay, this is a universal. It doesn't depend on any player, but the rest depends on the type of player you are training. So let's take one which has no universal. Let's try the one which has no universal. Okay, let's take Cortez. Cortez has a good ability boost, but also trains players which are defenders or goalkeeper, and also train players which are left-footed players and young players younger than 24. So if you have a player who is a right-footed and you use Cortez on him, the player will the boost will not be very efficient. Also, when you use a forward player with Cortez, the boost will also not be very good. So you need to choose the right player for the right trainer for the right player. So before you choose a trainer, please observe your player. If he meets the skills, then choose. Otherwise, your rating will not be increased as you desire. So those are the main things to observe when training. If you observe these trainings tips, you will obtain a very good base OTR. We are talking about base rating here, not overall team rating. Of course, overall team rating depends on the traits you put to your players and how much you expand them. So in this case, I'm talking about base OTR, which is always the key. So please, you need to try these few tips, and I guarantee you it will work very good. And please don't hesitate to come and thank you and appreciate. Also please subscribe. Also please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment if you want anything that I should also give tips on. Just leave a comment. So let me give you the bonus tip. This one is a really key tip for any manager out there. If you remember, we went to the scout list, we had players of different ages. Now, why do PES give players of different ages? One, I already told you to have to choose players which of course you can train as you want. That's the youngest age. But also, how do you deal with players? When you want to start a team, to induct a team, a new team, the key thing to do is to always have a team with the players of the same age. For example, when you look at this page, my page of the players development page, you'll see all players have the same age. All players are of 26 years of ages. This is a key factor. Please do not forget this. Do not forget. Okay, some are asking, okay, how do you do it? You have player with 18 years, another one 19, another 22. So this is it. If you have an 18 years old player, induct him or them, maybe the two or three. Then when the season ends, they will be 19 years. So at that time now you induct the players with the age of 19, and when the season completes again, they will be 20 years. So at that age now, you induct the players who are 20 until your team is complete. Please do not put players of different ages at one team. You'll never achieve the best team. Please follow that key tip, and don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up, and comment down for what you need more, what you need to know about PES Club Manager. Thank you.